Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video,
I am noticing that more and more women are actually starting to give their children over to their fathers and put themselves on child support, and they're going on about their life. Now, before I get into what I'm going to say, I just want to say I am not judging any woman that has decided to do so. For whatever reason, you made that choice and that's what you felt was best. But also, I ain't even mad at y'all. I just want to go ahead and say that. As a single mom, I'm not even mad at y'all. Now, do I feel like I could be one of those women to stand in that line and do so? No. However, I'm not even mad at y'all. Because it's one thing to, now I get it, one night stands and situationships, things happen. Okay. But when you're in a relationship with a person and men can just abandon ship, just jump ship mid-pregnancy, or this man changes mid-pregnancy and now this person isn't who you want to be with anymore. And before y'all get started in my comments, imagine those women who are married and they have 3 and 4 and 5 kids and the man just abandoned ship. So before y'all, you need to be married. No, it's a lot of women who are married and they tired too. There's so many things that can happen, that do happen during pregnancy, and I ain't even mad at them. I'm not. And then some women get tired of doing it alone. It's hard. Some women get tired of doing it alone. Some women get tired of begging for help. Some women have no village. Now, granted, I do have people that I do trust that do help me when I'm really in need and when I really have something to do. It's no need for me to go through the line of those people. Y'all know who y'all are, and I love y'all dearly. Some women just simply can't handle it. So I'm not even mad at y'all. I'm not. A lot of women are just sliding those children onto their fathers and putting themselves on child support. And yeah, that's what we have now.
yeah, this reminds me of Miss Kaya Nicole. I don't know if you ladies know her, but she's very big on YouTube. Recently she went viral because she gave custody to the father of her kids because she has to work.
I got a good baby dad, so I mean, he can't take care of his kids. Hey. He asked me for them, like literally the day we got into it, the day we fought, the last fight, the breakup, all of that. He asked me before he left the house and was getting his stuff. He said, "Can I take the baby?" I said yes. And he asked, "Can I keep my son?" I said yes. Fuck y'all want me to tell him no? But it's not like he have them and I don't have them. We just share. Like, he all the way in Alabama, I'm in Georgia. What sense would it make for me to have 2 little children by myself and all our life is back home? Our support system, my mom, his dad, my dad, our family, all of that is back home. I'm here like 2.5 hours away. I can't just struggle here by myself with them. And you know what I'm saying, what can I do? Just call and cry if I'm having a hard time. But luckily, when I do keep them by myself, my kids do not trip on me.
A lot of people were coming for her, calling her sort of she's a bad mom, she shouldn't have, and all that. As women, I think most of us have been conditioned to believe that it's our duty to raise children. Right? It's our duty to stick around and, take care of the kids and so on and so forth. So no matter what happens, we stay. Most women stay in like very nasty, abusive, toxic situations because of their children. But if you have a man who you believe is a great dad, don't be afraid to give them custody. No, don't be afraid to give them custody. Matter of fact, give them custody so you can pull yourself together. If it means starting a new business, saving up for your own place, whatever it means to you, so you can have that time for yourself. And that's why it's also important that you are very cautious of who you have children with, because a lot of women insist on full custody because they are sure that the fathers of the children cannot take care of the kids, and that's why they have to have full custody, because if they don't have full custody, who is taking care of the kids? They know the fathers of the children will leave the kids to other people to raise, like their moms, their sisters, the new woman that they'll be sleeping with, and so on and so forth. So they're like, if that's the case, I'm going to sacrifice my life. And so they stay in very toxic, abusive relationship for longer than they are supposed to, because the men that they have children with are not good at, they are incapable of raising children. They are incapable of taking care of children, mentally, physically, psychologically, everything. They are incapable of it. So I don't want to talk too much. I'm going to talk more when I play some of the stitches and I come back. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and let's get into it.
A lot of y'all are mad at Kaya Nicole because y'all do not trust y'all baby daddies to take care of y'all kids. Y'all think that y'all have to be the primary parent because the person that you had kids with will not be able to properly take care of them, and that's crazy as hell. How do you have a child with somebody that you cannot even leave them alone to take care of them? I'm sorry, I'm not having a baby with a man that I gotta be there 24/7 surveillance camera watching their ass because the daddy don't know how to fucking change a diaper, warm up no damn milk. And a lot of y'all have a misconception about their situation, because she even said she sees her children, she's active. It's just she lives in Atlanta and they live in Alabama, where the daddy got grandmas, aunties, cousins, their whole family lives in Alabama. So it was healthier and better for the kids for that to be their primary, stay, because he has more help, she has more help, and y'all are just so indoctrined to feel like you have to be a single mother through and through, where the daddy can't help at all. Fix that.
Not y'all calling Kaya Nicole a deadbeat mom for doing exactly what y'all said single mothers should do. Since we have such a horrible outcome when it comes to raising our children, now y'all mad that she done gave her kids to the daddy instead? Y'all act like she done dropped the kids off like a piece of delivery boy and put them on a doorstep. But he asked for the kids. And I guarantee you, if she would have told him no, then y'all would have been calling her a bitter baby mama. But truth is, y'all really want to see single mothers struggle. Y'all don't want single mothers to be able to enjoy their lives, to still travel, to still elevate themselves, because you want them to work their fingers to the bone because they deserve it. And the funny thing about life is that who you choose to co-parent with can and will determine how difficult the outcome is. And for many of you, y'all are not used to seeing healthy co-parenting relationships. So anything outside of the woman having the baby the majority of the time, it's a problem. And I know it's hard for some of y'all to accept because some of y'all have not been afforded that same luxury, but she chose well. She deserves kudos and should take advantage of the opportunity. And I saw where people had the nerve to question her motherly instinct because she allowed her ex-husband to keep the kids. But isn't one part of becoming a mother choosing a partner that you can trust? Okay, what's the problem? At the end of the day, Kayla has always been the breadwinner, so I'm pretty sure not only does she not have a problem supporting her children financially, but she's also probably supporting the father of her children for being supportive. Don't be mad at them because they know how to make it work. Peace.
Ladies, normalize him, your man taking his kids with him when he leaves you. I mean, we really need to do that. We really need to rethink this, because the best way to get into poverty is children. And a lot of times men will leave you with the kids because they know it's going to cause you to struggle. And regardless of how hard you struggle, they know that as a rule, when the kids grow up, they're going to blame you for staying and then praise him and say that you made him leave. The way that you can guarantee that you're going to co-parent with their daddy is, you're going to go pick them up. You're going to pay child support. You know that you're going to be where you say you're going to be, and you're going to do the promises that you make to those children. He's going to leave and say, oh no, I'm going to continue to pay rent and I'm going to pay this. Don't go put me on child support. I'll come pick him up. And probably the first 3 times he does what he says that he's going to do. And then suddenly you realize, wait a minute. He over there living with that younger woman in her house that's got that really good job. And so he's just ridden off into the sunset. And what we know, y'all, is that oftentimes when they ride off into the sunset is when men, and certainly not just in our community, but mainly in our community, when they leave their first family or leave their wife and kids or the woman and kids, they go get with another woman. They usually are looking for a come up. They find a woman, and I'm not going to say she a better woman than you, but I'm going to say she probably got more than you, because he done drug you down and got you broke. And then he goes over and gets with somebody with a PhD and go move into her 3-story house, telling her all the while how horrible of a person you are and how he wants to see his kids and you won't let him see his kids. And then it becomes that competition because, they have us trained like dogs to show that we a better woman. I've been there, done that. When I was in my late 20s, got with a man in his 40s. Because some of y'all are getting to your later 20s. You're like, man, I didn't meet a man that doesn't have kids. And so you think, well, I'm just going to get with a good man. And so these men that's 40, they be putting it down hard as far as they be a good man and they buying you stuff and they're mature and everybody likes seeing you because you're all young and he's older. She's with a distinguished old man. And he will get with you like the guy I got with who had kids and give you the sob story about how horrible his ex-wife was and how terrible she is to the children and how he's fighting to try to get custody. And so I'm going to the law library, going to court with him, fighting to get them passports, to get him all this stuff. And when I got older, I realized, wait a minute, what the hell was I fighting for? Because every time we went to go pick up the kids, they were where they were supposed to be. Every time it was time to drop them off, she was right there to pick them up. So what was the fight about? The fight wasn't about that. It was him using me and making me think that I was in a war with him. And it was us against the mama. And being young and not having social media like this, I didn't know any better. You know better now because it's older women like us that's telling you. What he wants is he's looking for a nanny. They want a young woman that is beautiful, that's got money to take care of their kids. Because every time he went to go pick up his kids, he went to work. And oftentimes I was picking up his kids. So I was a single step girlfriend mama. That's what I was. He was never there. The kids I talked to them when they got old and they were like, we don't ever remember. We always remember we were with you. And let me tell y'all, at one point I got tired of going around in circles because as the kids got older, he needed me less and less to take care of them. So the relationship sort of changed, right? So I just told him, I'm not going to go to court with him anymore. That nigga went that day and told the judge, the children's mother and the kids to their faces that the mother could have full custody of him. He wasn't fighting for him no more. Which to me, I thought it was great. I was like, I thought we were still going to see him. We didn't for years. But I thought we were still going to see him because I actually kind of fell in love with the kids. It's very easy for a woman to do that, right? But I was glad we were able to go to Hawaii and cruises. Anytime we wanted to go somewhere, we could go. And then the mama who had been fighting with him in court for whatever reason, probably because he was dragging her to court, she had to keep them year round, living in an apartment. And he had a 3-story home. And she's over there struggling with them in apartments and having to work at night. She was a nurse and she'd have to leave them at home all night by themselves. And I was thinking if she'd known like we know now, she says, no, you take the kids. Because I definitely would have been good to him. I definitely was good to him. And that woman that got your man, she gonna be good to your kids. You know why? Because she wants to show that she's a better woman than you are so that everybody can come and praise. Because, I used to just get a high on it, boy. Everybody talk about how good I was and how good I was to his kids. And I thought that was a flex. She's going to take care of them. She's got more money. She's got a house. She's got a stable home with men out of sight, out of mind. If those kids are not right there in the house with him, he's going to forget all about them, get with her, have other kids going about his business, or they just to be like two single people going to Jamaica and cruises and stuff while you got him sitting at home all night because you got to work. Because he didn't pay the rent like he said he was going to do his half of the rent because y'all have been splitting it. You get evicted. And so therefore you can't get nowhere else to live. And he over there living on the high life over there on the other side of town. See, the way that you guarantee that you're going to co-parent, you know what you're going to do. You know that you're going to go pick up the kids. When you say you're going to pick them up, you know that you're going to pay the child support. And if your fear is that woman wants your kids, she don't want your kids. She wants the man. And if you want him back, you have a better chance of getting that Lola legacy of low achievement back by sending the kids over there with them, because she going to look up and be like, wait a minute. I'm 28 with a 3-story house and all his 4 kids running around my house and stuff, looking upside my head, because they don't want her as their mama. They want you. So they are going to be looking upside her head. And she's going to be like, so you might get the Lola back if you want to get him back. But what you are going to know is that the kids are taken care of. Unless you got with a man that was if he was on the registry, you shouldn't have never had no kids with him. If he was a bad person, you shouldn't have, especially no multiple kids with him. So he's a good man, decent. And you know that if he picked you, he probably picked a woman that was good. You don't like her because she got your man, but Send them over there to go live with them and stop feeling that guilt. We guilt women because of misogyny, sexism, whatever you want to call it. We guilt women into thinking that you have to take the kids because you got this fear. They're going to grow up and hate you because you don't have them. Do they grow up and hate their daddies that walked off and left, or do they end up hating the mamas that stayed? Normalize these men taking their kids with them. Stop feeling guilty. Stop going into financial ruin. It's much better for them to be over there living with their father than to be with you and you're broken because he gutted your soul and lied to you, deceived you, stole from you, used you. They don't need to see and live with a broken mama like that. Build yourself back up. And maybe you could use it as time to build yourself up. Okay, go over there and say, I'll go stay in the homeless shelter by myself. I'll sleep in my car by myself rather than having your teenage daughter sleeping in the car or staying at a hotel all night alone while you out working. And he is sitting at home watching football with his feet up on a chair and they sitting there in they lazy boy chairs comfortable and you struggling because you think that woman wants your kid or that you're hurting somebody or that you're proving that you're a better woman by holding on to some kids that you can't afford that he saddled you with. Normalize men taking their kids with them when they leave.
I'm happy a lot of women have actually started to do that and they are putting themselves first. Because so many women drown when they become single mothers, when they are, supposed to take care of themselves and 2 or 3 kids, 4 kids, sometimes 5. Why? And then the men get to walk freely. Where I come from, in Ghana, the moment you say, oh, I have kids, oh, this one is a born 1, this one is a born 2, and there's a stigma that is attached to it. So because of that, nobody's touching you. And recently I saw this Ghanaian guy on TikTok, and he was saying, let's normalize women giving their children to their dads, exactly like this. And his reason is, let the men be called the born 1s and the born 2s and the born 3s, and let's see how life is on the other side, so you can go and live your best life. Because at the end of the day, it takes 2 to have children. You didn't have the kids by yourself. You and somebody came together to have the kids. So if the relationship is not working out or doesn't work out and you have to leave, why is it so easy for men to just pack up and leave? And why do people expect the women to stick around and take care of the kids? Make it make sense. Why has it become so normalized that women are supposed to somehow kill themselves to raise their kids? Yeah, so let them have their children. If they want the kids, let them have them. If you're supposed to do shared custody, give them shared custody. Stop fighting so hard to have full custody of your children. Don't do it unless you know that this guy is incapable of taking care of kids. Then yes, you have every right to fight for full custody. But if you are that he has his marbles are okay, and give him some custody. Let him have 3-4 days, 3.5 days in a week, 4 days, whatever days. Be the weekend parent. Let him take, the responsibility of raising the kids. And see how things goes, all right? That way, everybody is held accountable. Everybody is pulling their own weight. One person is not over there doing whatever he likes while the other person is taking on all the responsibility of raising the kids. We all become equal parents. Everybody has to do their role properly. One other thing I want to add is be very careful of the people you have children with. I can't stress on that enough. Because these are the reasons why a lot of women end up being stuck, being trapped in very abusive relationships. Yeah, have children that you know and you are sure that you can raise by yourself if push comes to shove, if the relationship were to end. So if you are comfortable and you're confident that you can raise one child comfortably by yourself, have one child and give it time. See how it is with the child. Is he caring? Is he loving? Is he changing diapers? Is he there? Is the marbles okay? Does he have short fuse? Is he taking care of them, nutritional, nurturing them? How is he with the kids? Before you decide to have another child. Okay? Don't have kids back to back because you're going to regret it. All right? And if that happens and anything happens in the relationship, at least you know that if you give him custody, he's going to be taking care of that child. Right? And if he gives you custody, you're sure that you can take care of the child. Stop having kids with men who have shown you time and time again that they are incapable of taking care of anybody else but themselves. With selfish men, with toxic men, with narcissistic men, stop giving them children. Okay, vet the men that you have the children with. Sometimes you have to fake being sick. Sometimes you have to fake being vulnerable just to see how it is like with you. Does he fold your clothes? Does he push them to the side? Does he expect you to cook and clean and do everything? Yeah, they are not the type of people to have kids with. Because having children takes selflessness. And if he shows you any sign that he's a selfish person, those type of men who are like, oh, women do it better. You know, this is a woman's job. And a woman is supposed to do this. And a woman is supposed to do that. You know, all those ones, those African men who are like, oh, our mothers used to do this without any problem. Do you know what your mother went through? And then they'll have their enabling mothers saying, yeah. No. Stay away from men like that. You need to ask them questions. Okay, you need to go meet their parents, see how their life is. This is a different topic for another day, but all those things come into play when you decide to choose the men that you have children with. I'm so glad that so many women are now giving custody to the men. Yes, and I want to see more women doing that. Let them have custody. Let them take care of the kids, right? Don't take on everything because that's what a society expects from you or of what people are going to say about you. Don't worry about them. Put yourself first. They don't care about you. Because if they cared about you, they won't think the way they think. But anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions about all of this in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.